Hello, my name is Coleman Tokar, and this is my technology survey and results and discussion for TCED 6907. I used a Google form to survey 15 people on their technology use in the classroom. There's the link to the Google form. My first two questions was just about teacher background. So as you can see, I got response from elementary, middle, and high school. It was split a third, almost perfectly split. So we're going to be seeing responses from elementary school, middle school teachers, as well as high school teachers. Here's some of the teacher background. So we asked what content are they currently teaching or planning to teach this next school year. We can see we have a split between elementary school education, mathematics, science, social studies, English, and physical education. I did not get any responses for art or performing arts or any other extracurricula. First question we asked was, what type of technology are you currently using in your classroom? We had 14 responses and a wide variety. It also gave them the option to put in anything I did not list. So it looks like most people are using smart boards and personal computers, with I would imagine the elementary school kids are using tablets opposed to those Chromebooks or personal computers. Students' response systems, including like clickers or Kahoot or any type of real-time response, document cameras, online graphing calculators, and any other smartboard software. It looks like the biggest things that we're using right now in schools are smartboards or technology advanced whiteboards, as well as personal computers. Technology use and the effectiveness. So we asked, how frequently do you incorporate technology into your lessons? So one person said never, one person said rarely. Then we had a little bit more with most lessons and every lessons, but it looks like almost half of the teachers who are responding are using technology most of the time or in every lesson. So it's clear that as technology grows, teachers are using it most of their lessons. Now, there are people using it occasionally or rarely, where we might see that in some classrooms where it's not as easy to use, like a band classroom or an art classroom. But it looks like most teachers are using it very frequently, almost every lesson or most lessons. Our third question was, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the effectiveness of the technology you use in improving students' learning experience? 1 is being very ineffective, and 5 on the right is being very effective. It looks like we do have a little bit on just a couple responses on the ineffective side, and we also are not seeing full very effective. We're kind of caught in this 3 to 4 range, where it looks like technology does look like it's worth using and it has an effectiveness in the classroom. However, we're not fully on that right side, so I guess we're going to try to see what else can we be doing to make technology as effective as it can be. Number 4, question 4 on the survey is, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the reliability of the technology you use in your classroom? So same thing, 1 very unreliable and 5 being very reliable. We're kind of split here. We do have some at 2 responses at 1, 2 responses at 5, kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, but we're still stuck in this 3 to 4 range, where it seems as technology is reliable, but people don't feel comfortable putting their response to being fully reliable. Now, we'll see here in the next couple slides why that might be. So question 5, does the current technology used in the classroom support interactive, student-centered learning? So more than half of the people replied yes. So that interactive and self-centered learning is being done through technology. So There's also a big chunk of partially and a small sliver of no. So for the most part, it looks like the technology that we are currently using is supporting that interactive and student-centered learning. Question 6, do you think the use of technology in the classroom increases student engagement? So here we have half of our responses saying it varies, and then the rest of the responses split between yes and no. So I mean, I would have to agree. It does vary. So is it always increasing student engagement? Some people do think so, but it looks like half of our responses say it varies, and we even have some responses that say no, technology is not increasing student engagement. Doesn't mean it's getting less, but maybe it's just staying the same. So it's interesting to think what can we do with technology to actually increase this engagement all of the time, so we can answer yes to that question. Question 7 was an open-ended question that said, what challenges, if any, do you face while using technology in the classroom? And these were really the 3 things I saw. I didn't really see much else, but these were in order from 1, 2, 3, the top ones I saw. Number 1 was student distractions, playing games, going on social media, or using unrelated multimedia, Facebook videos, YouTube videos, TikTok videos, but watching videos instead of using the technology for the lesson. The next biggest response was network or Wi-Fi disruption. So internet goes down in the school. Now your entire lesson plan is kind of in shambles because you can't use the technology you planned. So that was the second big one I saw. And then the last one was technology. It takes some time, it's new, and sometimes it's things students haven't used, so it takes time to set it up, to use it, and then instruct. So the timeliness of technology seems like it's not on par with the traditional teaching in classrooms. Number 8, what improvements would you like to see in the technology you are currently using in the classroom? So the top 3 improvements I saw from the open-ended question was improved access. So people said they'd like more access to those paid programs or softwares that you may have, that you may need your district to pay for in order to have its full usability. People want more computer carts in their room. They want devices for students at home or Wi-Fi for students at home, but just overall more access to technology in classroom and at home for students and teachers was the number 1 thing I saw. Number 2 next was just more training. A lot of people felt as though like they weren't fully trained, but they were given resources and told like, hey, check this out, instead of actually being trained on how to use it in the classroom. And then third, kind of going back to that last question, was just increasing the reliability. How do we make sure that the technology is always reliable and in working, that we always have Wi-Fi in our classrooms, that teachers don't have to try to fix these issues that happen from time to time. My last 2 questions were all about digital literacy. So I asked people to define digital literacy, and like we've learned a lot in the class this far, is that the definition is still forming. It's not fully there. It's changing. People are adding to it. People are taking away from it, but it encompasses a lot as technology changes. Here's a little word cloud that kind of shows the biggest words that were used. We have like digital, technology, information, using it, skills, ability, communicate. So I kind of got a widespread of the social aspect as well as the retrieving aspect, as well as just how we use technology in so many different ways. There's a lot of awesome words in here. Navigate is a good one. Platforms, meaningful, labor. But there's really a lot, and the definitions were kind of all over the place, and encompassed a lot of things, but all together it kind of did work as a working definition. My last question was just how often do you teach digital literacy skills in parallel to your content area? Again, this was kind of all over the board, but most people were saying occasionally. or most lessons. We didn't see anyone say, no one said every lesson, which would make sense because, you know, it's kind of hard with the standards that we're required to cover and to put this in there every single day. A little bit of rarely and a little bit of never, but it looks like most people are doing this most lessons or occasionally. So we are doing it in the classroom, but we want to see that there's a little bit in every lesson because it's such an important skill. So those were my 10 questions on technology use with a little sprinkling of digital literacy. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I used a Google form in order to survey, and that link is right there. I will provide it in the assignment as well. Thanks. Have a good one.